Captain Ibrahim Traoré crushed the drug empire that the West built. What if I told you that in the heart of Africa, a silent war has been raging? Not a war with guns, but with powder. Not a war with bombs, but with needles. A war where the victims don't even know they are soldiers. Now here's the scary part. This war wasn't started by Africans. It was designed, exported, and controlled by powerful forces in the West. But then, something unexpected happened. A young captain in Burkina Faso stood up. His name? Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And today, we'll uncover how he crushed a drug empire that had wrapped its claws around Africa for decades. By the way, before we continue, don't worry. I'm not here to sell you any magic detox tea. Stay with me. The real story is far more powerful. The problem, Africa's drug trap. To understand Traoré's fight, we must first understand the battlefield. For decades, Africa wasn't just a victim of colonization. It was turned into a transit zone for the Western drug trade. Cocaine from Latin America, heroin from Asia, synthetic drugs from Europe, all flooding through West Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, our ports, our airports, our streets, became the veins through which poison flowed into Europe and America. But here's the cruel irony. While the West called Africa poor, they were using African soil to fuel their own drug markets worth billions of dollars. And the youth, our brothers and sisters, they became both the couriers and the consumers. Dreams destroyed, families broken. Imagine a generation lost not to war, but to addiction. That was a silent empire built on African suffering. The hero rises, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Enter Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a young soldier, not yet 40, who shocked the world by taking power in Burkina Faso in 2022, while the West painted him as a dictator. The youth saw something else, a leader unafraid to speak the truth, a man who declared openly, Africa must break free from foreign chains. But Traoré didn't stop at speeches. He knew that political independence means nothing if your streets are controlled by drug lords working for outside powers. So what did he do? He launched a war, not against his people, but against the hidden cartels and networks that had long operated with impunity. And here's the shocking part. When he struck, he didn't just fight criminals. He exposed how deep Western involvement really went, exposing the empire. Investigations revealed something horrifying. The so-called aid projects, the so-called development programs, were often smoke screens. Behind them, drugs moved. Behind them, weapons were traded. Some of the very institutions preaching democracy and freedom were secretly feeding on Africa's destruction. Tell me, how can someone give you a development loan on Monday and then sell you cocaine on Friday? Only in Africa's history book, my friend. But Traoré called it out. He declared that the West could no longer dictate the destiny of Burkina Faso or of Africa, crushing the empire, victory, and vision. Through raids, new alliances, and strict crackdowns, Burkina Faso under Traoré became one of the toughest places for drug traffickers. Yes, the fight is ongoing. Yes, the threats remain. But for the first time, the empire trembled because the West didn't expect resistance from such a small country. They didn't expect a young African captain to inspire millions across the continent. And here's where you come in. This isn't just about Burkina Faso. It's about Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Kenya, South Africa. It's about every young African who refuses to be poisoned, who refuses to be controlled, who refuses to remain silent. Captain Traoré crushed the foundations of a drug empire that the West built. But let me ask you, what happens when one man dares to fight a system designed to keep Africa weak? Will he survive the pressure? Will Burkina Faso hold the line? Or will history repeat itself, as it has so many times before? The answer lies not just in Traoré's hands, but in yours. Because the real question is this: will Africa finally rise together, or will we continue to let foreign powers write our story? The choice is ours. So next time you see a headline about Traoré, remember, it's not just news. It's a sign that Africa's heartbeat is strong, that resistance is alive, and that the youth are unstoppable. Stay awake, stay aware, stay unbroken.